Hi guys, Riri here, and I'd like to give you a warm welcome back to the Gutter Rankings channel. Today we're back with the Mono Electric team, and I have a bit of confession to make. My battles today have not been going great. I've been making some serious bad decisions, such as earthquaking an egg/holding an air balloon, and instead of going with a thunderbolt from Manectric to take out a Electivire as a substitute, I instead used Grassnot from Minun. Alright, so I'm hoping we can change that with this battle. Let's see. So the mega options for my opponent is going to be the Charizard. People do often actually bring the Suicune against me, which is very interesting. I think a good lead for him would be either the Togekiss and the Thundurus with either the Bat Dragon or Charizard. Alright, so we want speed on our side for sure. So I'm going to take Emolga for sure. Then I think a good lead for me as well would be Electivire, because he can do a decent amount of damage. And then I have been enjoying the pure power approach with Manectric and Minun. So I think that will be my final answer. I think my opponent will start with really fast Pokemon. He might also try to set up his own Tailwind with Bat Dragon. Alright, let's see. Thundurus and Hydreigon. First step for me is going to be to try and put up the speed, and then to go for a Rock Slide so that I can do a decent amount of damage to the Thundurus. I do carry 8 Power Ice on my Manectric, which would be able to help against Hydreigon as well. So, let's get that Tailwind going and go for the Rock Slide. I think it should be able to do a decent amount of damage. My Electivire, of course, is maxed out on attack and is also holding the choice band. Pure power. Oh, it was the crit on Hydreigon. That's unfortunate for my opponent. I was thinking about giving Motor Drive to my Electivire, but because of the dangerous amount of Darkrai around, I rather gave him Vital Spirit so that he can't be put to sleep. Alright, so we should be outspeeding here. I want to make sure I get the drop on the Hydreigon. I don't want to rely on possibly, so I'm going to go for the Air Slash and another Rock Slide. And hopefully Rock Slide connects with both my opponent's Pokemon, otherwise it's going to suck a little. Nice. So this is looking pretty good for me, and I'm feeling pretty confident in this position. So let's see what my opponent's last 2 Pokemon are. It is the Noivern and Charizard. This is perfect for me, because I'm still going to outspeed, and this Charizard is of course going to Mega. So I'm going to guess Mega Y, because that's very popular. Although I do think X is better, because of the 4 times rock weakness of course goes away when it becomes a Dragon and Fire type. And Y is really weak to rock, and rock is a pretty popular type. Finally we win one, guys. I wasn't making any silly decisions, but of course the type advantage was working massively in my favor here. Alright, we're gonna jump right into our next battle. amazing team my opponent has. Very, very fierce Pokemon on her side. Very fast as well. Groudon probably gonna be a really good bet. Rayquaza probably too. Arceus probably definitely is so powerful. So we definitely want to bring the speed up to outspeed them because they're just too powerful. Electrode might be good because of his support, but thinking Electivire might be better in terms of actually getting some drops. Then Manectric would be powerful for sure. And we could either bring the Minun with him to boost his stats, or we can go with Electrode for foul play. I'm not too concerned about bringing the foul play, but it might be good against Latios and against Hoopa if Hoopa has not yet dropped. Manectric can also do a decent amount of damage on his own, so I think it might be better to actually go with the Electrode. Electrode, of course, isn't really bulky, which is a little bit of a concern. Minun can bring the helping hand support. So this is the big choice, Electrode or Minun. I do like the idea that Minun is focus sashed, but I do like the offensive pressure that Electrode can bring. I think I'm actually gonna go for the helping hand support. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and lock in and see what my opponent brings as his first Pokemon. I'm hoping it's the Arceus because I know a Loki can do massive amount of damage to it. The Groudons, of course, do really scare me. Oh my dear, this battery is a bit low. Hopefully it can last for this entire battle. I really don't want to see Groudon right now. Perfect. Low kick should also be enough to take out Hoopa. So that makes me feel a bit more comfortable. Right, so I'm just going to go for the Tailwind and off the bat, so we can make sure that everything at the back outspeeds, and then we can go for the low kick onto the Hoopa. I think Hoopa is pretty heavy. I might have to just double check that. Mega Latios coming. That's fierce, that's very fierce. Tailwind getting set up. And low kick going first, which is great. Alright. I think Dragon Pulse would be able to take out Emolga. Oh, just not enough to take out Emolga. I hope he brings the RCS, that would make my day. It's bringing Groudon. Alright, so I know he's gonna go after Emolga, or I'm gonna assume he's gonna go after Emolga with the Latios. Of course, Psychic and Dragon, with a lot of special defense, I believe. So we just have to decide who we want to flinch. And I'm gonna think Groudon, probably. I'm gonna go for the flinch on the Groudon and go for a low kick. I think Groudon should be really heavy as well. Oh, my battery wants to die. Ah, I'm missing everything that's happening right now. Battery. Oh! Cable, come back. Oh, he's using Fly? Sorry for the interruption. Alright. We've got the power going, so we should be fine. Okay. Let's just whoop. Slide this bad boy this way. There we go. I've got quite the setup here. Don't want Emolga to go down. So I'm gonna go ahead and protect him. And then I'm gonna go for another low kick onto the Groudon. I think it's doing a decent amount of damage. I do think my opponent might actually be going after Electivire here, because otherwise he could have just finished Emolga with another Dragon Pulse. Perfect. The fly won't do too much damage. Perfect. So let's just hope for the Arceus. Perfect. That might be water-based Arceus. I'm never too sure how exactly his stats work. I'm always getting confused. Maybe it's ice? I'm really not familiar with him. Okay, that must have been ice. Perfect. He wants Emolga out of there. Doesn't want to deal with him. I think Tailwind is gonna petter out. We did bring Minun so we can slow him down again with a Nuzzle. Unfortunately, of course, Electivire cannot protect because of the choice band. You're going to be forced to kind of do a kick there. Kick is not going to do a lot of damage. He is a psychic type as well, but I'm going to hope that he's heavy so that it can at least do a little bit of damage. Oh, okay. My opponent's going to go ahead and forfeit. That's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Your view is much appreciated. If you liked the video, please feel free to leave a like. I'll really appreciate that. And if you'd like to see some more videos from me, feel free to subscribe. I hope you're staying safe, staying healthy, that you'll have an amazing day, and that I'll see you in the next video. Bye! So Darkrai, very popular to start with. I've seen people use Mew with Transform to get a double Nightmare going. And I don't mean Nightmare in terms of attack, I mean just Nightmare in terms of having to deal with multiple really powerful legendaries. Alright, Hoopa is really weak to Foul Play, so I'm kind of thinking that I would like to take that. And of course Electrode also has Mirror Coat, which would be good against the Anti there. So I want to take him as well, and then we could probably take the pure power approach of Manectric and Minun. But before we do that, let's set up some speed. Let's get Electrode, and then I think I'll rather take I think I might actually not take mine in here. I think it might be a bit detrimental to take mine in. Of course the attack boost is really nice, but I don't have a wide variety then to deal with my opponent's other Pokemons. Alright, my opponent is going to lead with Darkrai and Mew. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that might be the Transform Mew. So we're gonna go immediately for a Low Kick and a Protect on Emolga. A Low Kick is enough damage to take out Darkrai. Alright, now let's see what variant of Mew he's using. Attacking one. Alright. We can deal with that, I'm sure. Diancie coming in. I'm gonna have to go for the Low Kick on Diancie so that I can get my Tailwind set up. Of course, I don't want to switch in and have my Pokemon take unnecessary damage. No, he is a Fairy and Rock type, so I think Low Kick will just do normal damage, and then I can get the Tailwind up here. I just want to make sure that my Pokemon that are in the back will be able to outspeed whatever is currently on the field and whatever my opponent might be bringing in. Now the Ansi does lose a lot of defense and special defense when it megas, but it gets a lot more attack and special attack. It does a decent amount of damage, all things considered. It's me really working on Electivire. Return connecting with Emolga, not doing as much damage as I think my opponent would have hoped. So I'm going to go for the fling onto the Diancie. Because I just want to get Diancie out of there. Diancie has a lot of offensive pressure. Like, return is not perhaps the best move for it. But I think its special attack and normal attack is equal. So you can have either variant of it. Mew is really trying to test out what does the most damage. A low kick will finish off the Diancie, and then I'm free to get some damage onto the Mew. So I'm just gonna go for air slash there. And the Diancie drops. It's not a lot of damage to Mew. My Emolga is a support as well, so its special attack stat is not really high. Oof, that is a bit unfortunate for my opponent there to be switching targets. You could very possibly have gotten the drop on Electivire. Yeah, so if I'm not making silly choices, this happens kind of often, but it is what it is.